Hello. Managed to pick these up. My brother was having a clear out and him on his two Lima locos. Both been played around with over the years. Class 37 and Class 60. And I thought I'd have a go at getting them back up to at least some sort of standard of running. Maybe converting to DCC. And giving them a good clear out, good bit of paint, repair some parts, and just little projects to do on the side. So I'll do all these probably in little short videos, maybe a big video at the end, but we'll just see how we get on with these, and I'll keep you posted. Lima body shells all stripped and primed and rubbed down, ready for a nice coat of paint, but the livery we'll wait and see till the end. Body all ready, and we'll do the yellow first. Yellow ends painted. Leave that dry for a few days, and then the next colour. Rub down, ready to go. Let's do the yellow ends. Take two. Yellow ends done, and the next loco. Well, here's the surprise. Body's painted into a fictional GBRF colour scheme for the 60 and a West Coast Railways colour for the 37. Once they're dry, give them a good satin finish, and then give them a little light weathering. I think just a few details to pick out, lighting, fitting, but near enough there. Well, we've got most of the parts for the rebuild for the Lima locos. This one's for the Class 60. We've got the upgraded motor and lights, and also decoder with Stay Alive, and also extra brass strip for extra pickups. Everything's been cleaned, done. The only thing I haven't been able to get are the new wheel sets. There's a bit of a delay on those, so we'll fit the originals back, and hopefully we'll put the new wheels in when they arrive. But apart from that, everything is here, and let's start rebuilding it. Right, I just had to pause the video because I forgot to read the instructions properly, and the cog that is inside, depending on what model you've got, you need to trim it. So for this one I had to trim down to 4mm, so it now fits in the housing properly and the housing fits perfect. So after that we can carry on and have a go at rebuilding it again. Right, let's put it together. Feed that wire in there, pin in there, and then we'll pull the pin up, and as we pull it up we should be able to put the clip on. So that's those. Free movement with it as well. hopefully we can get this in there. And that is one Lima 60 rebuilt. All fits in there perfectly. Got the weight here. Got to weigh it down. So, right, on to the next one. Oh, well, I think we turn our attention to the cab interior. As you can tell from the old Limas, they are a bit bland and can do with a bit of colour. So we'll give them a colour. I've got Humbrol Max 64, 11, and hopefully I'll have some black left. And just give it a bit of colour and see how it comes out like. After the 60 chassis and motor build, I've got the body shells all painted up and gloss ready for transfers. I won't do a video on doing this chassis, as it's exactly the same as the 60 that I've done. The only difference is I changed the coupling. This one was a lot easier to do. If I get that to focus. So I cut the coupling off and put a normal small D-lock on there. Okay, it doesn't move, but once the hook's taken off, that would be ideal for just hooking onto the wagons. But it makes life a bit easier, and it looks better as well for something a bit smaller. But I shall I'll get on getting this done. Repair the hole in the frame, great big hole in the bottom of it, so I've repaired that, so that's all good, and painted up the buffer beams so they're all ready. I'm going to leave all this, it looks a bit worn, same with the bogie frames, to get a bit of a tart up, but no, they'll stay as they are. The hardest part was trying to get these wheels clean. Now I don't know what paint had been used, but nothing I've got would touch it. So I've managed to get most of it off the back of the wheels. It's just a bit more. Been rubbing down with some emery sticks, just trying to get them clean and get it off the treads. And the rest of all insides here, I'll weather that, paint it up in weather in black or something, make it look a bit different so it doesn't show. But as long as the face and the old backs are all clean, they should be fine. So I'll get that all done, and the next video will be the wiring of both chassis to the DCC. I'll see you soon. Well, this is the 37 chassis that has been rebuilt. Wheels are all cleaned up and all the wiring is in ready, and finally these have arrived from Illuminated Models. So I can now fit the 8-pin sockets to both chassis and get the wiring ready, and hopefully get them ready for DCC. I shall put a plug in it first to run DC, just to run them in, get them sorted, and then we'll put the decoder on them and run them on the layout. And we'll see how we get on with these. Oh, right. I'm going to wire the Class 60 chassis to this 8-pin socket that I got from Illuminated Models. And if I just zoom that in, what I can see I've done is I've tinned the 4 corners, motor and track pickup, and all the cables are tinned and ready to go, and we shall wire this up and we'll hopefully have it running. Right, so I've got one set of pickups on one. I've only got one pickup on the other side, as the other side on the other bogey's got traction tyres, so I'm just relying on that at the moment. And then you've got the 2 motor cables going in, and then that can be placed anywhere really, as long as it doesn't interfere with anything. And then that's it. That is basically all wired up. I'll just zoom in. So it's nicely done. So when I put the lights in it, let's light up on the other one. And you've got the 4 there for headlights and rear lights. So yeah, that's that one done, and we'll get the next one done. Alright, now for the 37 chassis, because I've added extra pickups on this, and also I put the reels the different way round. So you've got this red and this black for one side, and this red and this black for the other. So hopefully I won't get it wrong. But it's all trial and error. So I'd rather get it sorted now before I stick a decoder in it. Last thing I want to do is damage the decoder. So I'll put a bit more solder on the soldering iron. Make life a bit easier. I can see myself fighting with this one. As you can tell, I'm not exactly the greatest at this. This is where you need several hands to do this. So I think what I might have to do is do that one first. Set that one on top. As long as it doesn't touch that other pad, cross fingers, should be okay. May have to extend that one, I'm not certain. Let's see how it goes. I'll try to stick that one there as well. Let's see. It's not too bad that way. Now for the motors. I say anyone can solder, but you've got to know what you're doing to make it neat. Which I'm not exactly the world's greatest at neatest ones. Right, well, it's all soldered. The next thing is I'll test it, see if it works.